You're watching a recap from Investor XP, the show that covers investing for gamers. Check out the video description for details. It is Wednesday, May the 3rd, and we've got a great show for you today. If you are watching live, upcoming, we're talking about Microsoft, AMD. We're going to be looking at GameStop, some interesting news there. And Thursday is a huge day. We've got a lot of things coming up Thursday, so we're going to take a peek at what we have coming Thursday. So if you're watching live, go ahead and send us comments live during the show. We'll answer them as when we get to them. And if you're watching one of the recaps, we just ran down all the other articles that are going to be on the show today. So feel free to check those out. We encourage you to do so, and leave us comments in the discussion for those videos. Very interested in what you have to say on each of those topics. So let's go ahead and we will jump right in. We did a video yesterday that was about AMD. They were down 20%. We started speculating that this could be a good trade opportunity, and thank you everyone for the comments that you had in the video. A lot of good points were made on AMD. Some people were for getting in and making a trade. Some people were against it. I really loved the comments, especially people with their different points of view, especially looking at the charts and things like that. So, when you're looking at a stock, you've got value investors, you've got traders, you got quick day traders, you got people that look at the charts, different people look at the fundamentals. People look at it as an income stock on different things. So all of those different types of investor, I encourage all of you to leave comments in the discussion. The more the better, the more the viewpoints, the better. But I had people message me, and some people were, they kind of got burned. They were buying up on the momentum, and they bought it up pretty high, around 12, 13 bucks, and it's dropped down to 10 or so today. We'll pull it up where it was at. I mean, it dropped big after the earnings yesterday. So people wanted my opinion on it and what it's going to do. And I said I would do a follow-up video today where I take a little bit of a deeper dive. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's just pull it up full screen. Let me zoom in a little bit and see where AMD is at right now today. If we can get it up here. All right. They bounced back a little bit today so far. Here you can see the drop off. Yesterday it just dropped off a cliff. They've come back a little bit. Or the day before, I should say Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. Jeez. Losing track of the days. Isn't that something? So looking at AMD, the reason why we like AMD is almost exclusively for them working with Bethesda. I think it's just an interesting pairing. So looking at statistic-wise, they are not making money. Forward earnings is 36 times, which is a little bit expensive. Negative profits. Revenue of $4 billion. Total cash is $1.26 billion. Total debt is $1.4. Cash flow $90 million. I would expect they would have a little bit better cash flow. So those things, they're not the worst I've seen, but they're not things that I particularly like to see. Looking at their all-time, you can see they've had instances where they've really spiked up huge, and then they kind of settle back down, and they've settled down for a while, so they could be on another big spike because this is a new product cycle that they got going on, so it's possible that they could bounce back. A lot of the comments were about the chart showing that they are on a decline right now, and wait before you buy back into it, which could be sound advice. If you look, you can go over to their investors relations site, and you can get their latest financial report and check that out. The One of the things that I noticed, if you go over to tipranks.com, link will be in the description. They generally take all the analysts and they give you a price target. So the price target right now for AMD is from $7, $7.50, all the way up to $17, averaging out around 12. So it's really a pretty wide gap of what people are saying this stock can do. That's a big range. It's got some big upside. One more thing I wanted to show was the investors presentation, and they actively, they talked about reducing their debt, and they show some of the things that they're rolling out, and what they're doing with the company. So you'll want to look at what they're saying their strategy is, and then you got to see if they can execute it, and is there a catalyst that will drive them higher. I think the Bethesda, with them working together with that, is a catalyst. They have good processors, and they're generally found in all of the home consoles. Nintendo's been doing NVIDIA, but Sony and Microsoft use theirs with a lot of their equipment. So to me, it looks okay for AMD. They're on our speculation list, and I think I'm going to keep them there. I'm not going to buy AMD. That's my final decision on it. Yesterday in the video, I talked about maybe doing like a trading segment. The thing is, I don't trade stock anymore. I just invest in them. And even when I did trade stock, I kind of had a hard rule that if I buy a stock, whether it's to own it or to trade it, it needs to pay a dividend. So when it does fall off a cliff like this, unexpectedly, you can hold it for a while and you're at least collecting the dividend to get something from it while it bounces back. So I wouldn't touch AMD as a trade or as an investment. Whenever I see a 20% drop and it's not really for a good reason, and I felt like it wasn't really for a sound reason, it's always an opportunity for me to buy. I talked about in the video yesterday about doing a segment where I keep track of trades that I say, but I don't think I'm going to do that because I track what I buy, and if I just did a segment where I'm trading on paper and I really don't have any skin in the game, I'm probably going to make wild trades that I never would, and it's not going to benefit anyone. So I'm going to stick with showing you guys the portfolio that I own and that I buy for my kids' college fund, so you can see that. And then I'll keep track, like I have been, of stocks I recommend buying, because I don't buy them all at once. I get around to them eventually. So I think that type of coverage is best suited for what I do. Now, trading and all these other techniques, you guys can put them in the comments all you want. It's always great to look at, and great to look at those point of views. So keep that up. Really enjoyed seeing them and all your different strategies that you have. So if you're interested in trading, look to the comments. We've got a lot of people that are putting great opinions in there, great points of view. So let's look for that for trading. I'm going to keep my segments to, if I'm buying a stock, I'll show you which ones I buy and which ones I'm potentially buying in the future, and we'll track it that way. So we'll stick to that. Not trading on AMD, not going to buy AMD is the bottom line. That's it for today's show. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave us some feedback any which way. We're trying to build and grow the channel. Let us know what you like. Subscribe if you haven't already, so that you get the latest investing news for gamers. If you are a gamer and new to investing, I encourage you to look at the discussions. We're starting to get a lot of interesting viewpoints in there in the discussion on the different stocks, so you can start to see different people's styles of investing. Please keep that up, folks. I want to see as many opinions in there as you can fit. So people that are new to investing, which is who I'm really targeting, they can start to get an idea and a feel for what it's like, what you can do to make money. So trying to build a community here. Thumbs ups and subscriptions are what we need right now, and I really appreciate it. All of you who are watching, really appreciate the feedback and that you've given me the last couple of days. We've gotten more and more. Really appreciate it. So thank you for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.